Hey folks, Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivalist. And yes, the latest news is that the Supreme Court abortion ruling overturns Roe versus Wade reaction. This is from live now from Fox, and this is what they have to say.
Reproductive rights law. So Jessica, thank you so much.
Wait, what? Reproductive rights lost? What's going on with Fox? Guys, let me know in the comments below. What is up with Fox? I mean... no, it's about protecting life, actually. You have the right to organize your life any way you can. You don't have the right to slaughter little babies pretty much up to the moment that they're born. So this is simply people losing their minds over this. This basically goes down to the states, and the states are basically making their own decisions here. So why is it that this is a problem? I don't quite see it, other than, of course, the evil agenda from these left-wing commies.
Joining us here, this news breaking just moments ago. In your profession as a woman, what is your initial reaction to this ruling? Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised. Anyone who...
Nice. The flag there in the background. This is all the same agenda, guys. If you don't get it yet, and again, keep in mind, this is coming from Fox News, okay?
Has been following the court.
No, not Fox News, but Fox Corp.
And there have been reproductive rights scholars predicting the demise of Roe for decades, and it has now come to pass. I'm not the least bit surprised. I am horrified and devastated, but I am not surprised.
Now, Jessica, we can see protests erupting outside of the Supreme Court right now. Emotions are very high. And, when it comes to this ruling, can you go over a lot of the questions that people have right now? First off, what states are going to see changes? I know according to the Center for Reproductive Rights, when the Supreme Court chooses to overturn or limit Roe v. Wade, which they just did, abortion rights would only be protected in less than half of the states. So can you really elaborate that for our viewers right now? What comes next?
Sure. So what we're about to see is approximately 26 states are going to ban abortion almost immediately or in the near future. Each state, now that this question has been returned,
more and more ban exactly what? To what period of time? When is it that each of these states, they like to make all of this like a huge drama up to it was getting to a point where you could basically wait until a baby was born and just hit it over the head with a hammer. We've reached insane inhumanity in many areas, and this is really one of them. The idea that you could just kill a baby because he just didn't immediately die when you pull him out of the womb, that is something bad. I think that it's actually quite good news that this is being revisited and saying, oh, you know what, this is not about you anymore. This is about you deciding to slaughter a little person that is the most defenseless, the most vulnerable possible person you could possibly think of, a baby that needs you to be alive and has no rights whatsoever. That's the most vulnerable person there is. And for all of these nasty, dirty commies that always like to wave around their insane flags, glorifying mental disease and whatnot, and always talking about the rights of people, you're talking about stripping away the right to live from the most vulnerable people of them all.
Different laws in place. So some states, the overturning of Roe immediately goes into effect in the state, and the state can ban abortion immediately. In other states, there has to be action by, for example, the Attorney General in the state. Other states have mechanisms where there's like a 30-day wait where the legislature has to take action. But suffice to say, in almost 26 states, abortion will be banned almost immediately.
And, when it comes to certain states having those trigger laws that would immediately ban all abortions or make performing an abortion a felony, when it comes to women's rights, Jessica, are we now going to see women or doctors get arrested for receiving or performing an abortion?
Yeah, that's usually what you get when you commit murder. When you kill babies, that's usually what you would get in a non-insane world. That would have been the normal outcome. You go kill babies, yes, you do get arrested and thrown your ass in jail for it. This was the insanity, and let's see how it goes. But it's amazing the lack of accountability that these people. Don't you know how babies are made? Don't you have any methods of preventing pregnancy if that's not what you want, the outcome of the actions you're engaging with another person. That's not something you can't control. So of all the possible outcomes that you can have, the one that most definitely needs to be revisited is your right to kill another person just because it is inconvenient for you that that person now exists. And that person existing, mostly 99.99% of the cases, on your own actions by your own free will. Not that you were forced or anything like that. The great, huge majority of these cases are people that just, well, this is just what happens because of nature. Now I'll go take care of it.
You're certainly going to see doctors and medical professionals facing prosecution and facing criminal prosecution.
Yeah, if they commit crimes.
Most of the states' laws are worded that the person who performs the abortion is the one who faces criminal liability. That said, I think the Supreme Court has opened the door today for states to begin to prosecute women and the people who love them who are seeking abortion care. But immediately the impact is on the providers of abortion care.
And when it comes to the
abortion
providers,
care,
I mean,
what care is there about
facilities,
killing?
Jessica, do you feel like we are going to just see a majority of them in states close down? What does this mean when it comes to the business perspective and medical perspective of abortion clinics as a whole?
You have to, I mean, you can't make this crap up. They're worried about the business side of this, which is always the case. This is always about the business aspect of making money out of death, which is what these people specialize in.
Yes, they're going to have to shut down.
Terrible.
To shut down immediately. We saw that across the board in Texas when we faced similar issues.
Oh, the baby killing business is suffering in ways you could not imagine. Those poor families.
It will happen almost immediately in Mississippi today, and it will happen in 26 states across the country. And what this means is that for the vast majority of women in America, they will not be able to seek safe abortion care within anywhere in their state.
There is no safe abortion care. This is yet another delusion, another fantasy from the left. Any kind of abortion, first of all, it's 100% chance of death for the infant inside of you, the baby inside of you. He will die, right? This is something that there's nothing safe about dying. Number one. Number two, something that these idiots don't quite understand either, it is quite dangerous for the mother as well. The idea of having safe abortions, there is no such thing as a safe abortion for the mother either. The chances of having complications, even ending up in death, you would not believe the numbers if they weren't censored the way they are.
And this will disproportionately affect low-income women and women of color. What we have done is made abortion unsafe. We have not made it that women will not seek abortion care. They will now seek unsafe, illegal abortion care. What we have done today is made it unsafe for women.
And, you know, when it comes to reaction from women, Jessica, you could see, again, we're showing our viewers a vantage point outside of the Supreme.
Anyway, this goes on for a while, guys. I'm just, look at that woman there, pregnant, happy. Look at that. That is such a beautiful image. Walking there, smiling. The level of insanity we've reached, it's unbelievable. We're looking at a world in which lunatics like this woman and her own evil agenda of mental disease, of perversion, of destroying children, destroying humanity at its earliest stage. Look how interesting it is that they always support the perverse. Even if you're a religious person, you could say there's this quite satanic aspect of it, of always targeting children, the sexualization of little children, exposing them to perversions of adults with their own mental disease, and forcing this on the entire society, and targeting children, targeting people at their earliest, most vulnerable stage in life, which is right after being conceived. Let's see how this goes. I'm just enjoying the liberal tears are delicious today. So go around, enjoy it as well as we can for a bit. We definitely deserve it. Folks, it's going to be all for now. Remember that if you want to prepare for realistic survival and preparedness, you have my books available there in the links below. So survival skills as to protect yourself from the evil, nasty agenda and the rest of the insanity we're seeing around these days. And for the economic aspect part, surviving the economic collapse. Available in Amazon. Following links below there. Take care, folks.